What is up, everyone? Thank you for tuning in to Miles TV. We are back with our D&D podcast review. I hope everybody's having a good holiday break, whatever you're doing. I hope you are having fun with friends and family. I know for me, it's really hard to record over the holidays. Got a lot of stuff going on. Jobs were overworking you. But hey, I'm always going to take time to do the things that I enjoy doing. And I love talking on the internet about podcasts that I enjoy. So, Jesters of Ravenloft. I did a part 1 review where I listened to half of the first season. And I have finished season 1 of Jesters of Ravenloft. So, let's talk about it. So, my season 1 review of Jesters of Ravenloft. I'm very much a fan of this show now. I want to be a part of the Twitch. I want to be a part of the Discord. I want to be a part of all the social media communities. I want it all. I enjoy this team and I enjoy the content that they put out so far. I am still on team. You need ambiance music. God, they need some ambiance music. That is my major number 1 gripe about this show, is that they need some ambiance music. They need some sound effects. I need something. There's nothing wrong with just sitting. I mean, even me as a DM, I can't go into a new setting unless I have the perfect music lined up, the perfect ambiance music. And if it's wrong, I'm like, sorry guys, just 2 seconds. It's going to be worth it. Anyway, so listening to podcasts, having a sound design team is very important. I would really love to see Jesters of Ravenloft. I think they're called... Ooh, I forgot what they're called. Dum Dum Dice. Dum Dum and Dice. I'm going to start listening to some of their other shows, or maybe some of their other shows. Anyway, let's get into season 1 review of Jesters of Ravenloft. So starting off, I did say that everybody, they did the cliche of, I'm playing myself in this D&D world, which is cool and all, but it feels like the Americanized Ikusai anime where, you know, I'm stuck in another world. And hey, Japan has their thing, America can have their thing, and I guess it's D&D and I'm stuck in another world. So this series starts off with 4 friends who do improv. One of them is the stage manager. The other 3 are the improv group. They show up to do this improv, and the DM doesn't tell them that they are doing D. I actually really don't know, because like, how would you not know that you're playing D&D? But I think he created the sheets so he did it very stealthily. But I think this is a team that plays D&D, so I don't know how he swung that, but. The story of the campaign is this improv group gets teleported to Ravenloft. And in Ravenloft, this god summoned them, and he was looking for heroes. And they kind of fit the mark, because it felt much like Drax from Guardians of the Galaxy, and took everything they said very seriously. So they get there, they don't know anything about combat sense, and shenanigans happen. They start fighting, they get trained, they get to pick their classes, they get trained. We have, let's see. We have Adam. I don't need to know their characters' names because they're playing themselves. I was like, what is his character name? But we have Adam, Guy, Dale, and Tyler, and the DM is Ryan. Favorite character is Dale. I love Dale. Dale's talking, you better shut up. I love Dale. She is sweet baby bean and must be protected at all costs. So, so these friends get teleported into a world. Only reason I can remember Adam is because he changes his name to like Shaddam or something. I randomly say Shaddam. But the DM is really good. He's very much can set a world. He does a lot of great voices. He does so many great voices. The players are pretty good. You can tell that they've been friends. You can tell that they have done a few things together. Adam is the player at your table that's going to try to be the funniest. That's going to try to be the most chaotic. But they handle it very well. He's annoying in a sense of like, I can't believe he did that, but the DM gives him consequences. The DM's kind of like, he doesn't say you're taking it too far, but he shows the actions in game. And I think that's really cool, instead of being like, God, this guy's annoying, or God, this guy is just too much. And there's one point where he's just like, you have to, like, you've been charmed and you have to do this thing. The DM very much changed everybody's body upon entering this thing. I think one guy died, and the guy was dead, and they kept trying to like bring him back to life and trying to like revive him and stuff. He was just like, "You're dead," and I feel like he copped out there of being like, "All right, the next episode they found a way to bring him back to life, but he wasn't gonna be him." And then he had like spectral hands that does necrotic damage and spectral feet. And then Adam got a symbiote and turned into Venom. And then he had like RoboCop armor that made him RoboCop. And then Adam, I get Guy and Tyler mixed up. And then the other guy, I guess Guy Bradford. Yeah. No, I think it's Tyler. Tyler is connected to the god that summoned them to this world. Ezra is his name. He's the god of the mist. He summoned everybody. He's looking for, we really don't know what he's looking for, but he's looking for 4 heroes to do something for him. And we find out throughout the story that Ezra wants them to do these specific tasks to kill, I guess, specific people to kind of change the heroes into his followers type thing. And once that happens, they can go home. Or so we thought. So they go through these. Dale ends up changing. I feel like Dale was like, don't change my character. Because, like, only thing that happened to her is that she got some white in her hair and she can hear ghosts in her head that are, like, talking to her all the time. So everybody immediately got changed and they were pretty okay with it and they handled it. Adam had the most spotlight on this season because he had some crazy stuff going on and then they had to deal with that. Tyler was connected to Ezra and... Guy, God, I get Guy and Tyler mixed up sometimes, but one of the characters became a cleric and he would pray to Ezra and Ezra would just ignore him. And he was like, well, he's a cleric now. He's one of my followers, so I have to ignore him. I was like, oh, that's how that works. Anyway, that was real funny. I know I said it before, but the DM does such amazing voices that I'm just like, was that him? How does he do that? It's like, it's not even in his register to do some of these voices. And then you hear him talk regular and I'm just like, is he a voice actor? I have to look up, is Ryan I'm not even going to try to say his last name. Is he a voice actor? Let's see. That's what that guy looks like. Never in my I would have not thought this is what he looks like. Oh man, he's actually in a lot of stuff. I don't know if this is all D&D stuff, but or like, you know how like they do on Dimension 20, but he seems to be in a lot of stuff, so it makes sense. Johnny Z. But he's pretty good. I would love to have him at my table one day and just be like, hey, do some voices. But yeah, so they go on these quests for this god and they complete them and things. They get shenanigans along the way. They get these power-ups. They start from level 1 and they level up. Where we left off, this judge came into town and he put them on trial. and I was ready to take some notes because where my characters are, they're in like a courtroom setting and one of the players is being put on trial. And everybody's like, you can't do it. It's not going to be fun. And I was ready to take some notes. And it was immediately met with, they're guilty. Let's start combat. And I'm like, all right, well, I guess that's my notes. But they were put on trial and they tried to plead their case, and the DM was like, you can become a lawyer, you can go get legal advice, you can come up with these ideas for these like a lot of stuff, a lot of options you can do. So they end up fighting this judge, and it was a really good fight. Like they did a lot of things to beat this judge. It was not an easy fight. They did a good job. They beat the judge, and Ezra informed them that all this hard work that they had to do 3 more times. And it was the most sketchiest, like, hey, Ezra, we just did all this stuff for you. Now you're telling us we got to do it 3 more times. And it left off on a kind of big cliffhanger of like, can Ezra be trusted? Is Ezra doing this for like his own personal goals? What's happening here? I can't wait to listen to season 2. There'll be more updates on where I am and what I'm listening to. I should have a little bit more free time, so I might put out another video before the end of next week. We'll see. Don't hold me to it. But as you all are waiting for, Jesters of Ravenloft Season 1. Oh, another thing I forgot to mention in my my first review. Jesters of Ravenloft, I completely dig. I love their style of putting episodes out. They do 1.02 or 1.2 instead of episode 1. So we know it's season 1 point, blah, blah, blah. I really like that. It took me a minute to get used to because I thought I was listening to like trailers or like characters introduction, because usually people do that for character introductions, like point 1, point 2. And then it introduce epilogue or character introduction, blah, blah, blah. But I really like that. Anyway, so Jesters of Ravenloft has a slow start, has a very cliche and predictable start if you are listening to D&D podcasts. But it very much picks up. It is hilarious. It is very emotional and theatric. I am gonna stop trying to use big words, but I very much enjoyed Jesters of Ravenloft Season 1, and I can't wait to digest more of this. I can't wait to be caught up so I can jump in, because they do this thing where they stream on Twitch and then you can interact with the players. I can't wait to do that. So scoring for Jesters of Ravenloft is a solid Season 1, 8 out of 10. Solid 8 out of 10 for Jesters of Ravenloft. I am having fun and I can't wait to see where this goes. But anyway, you guys if you listen to Jesters of Ravenloft, if you started listening because of my reviews or just because a friend recommended, let me know. Let me know what you think. What would you score Season 1? How did you like Season 1? What was your favorite moment? What was your favorite moment of Jesters of Ravenloft? Let me know. Like, comment, and subscribe below. I don't know. People always point. I got to get better at YouTube stuff because they always point at the thing and like, subscribe here. Hit that bell icon right here. I don't know if it's right here. It might be over here. Just do it. Anyway, anybody from Jesters of Ravenloft watching this review, give me a thumbs up. Let me know. But you guys have a good day. Thanks for tuning in to Miles TV. Bye.